This season in Nova Scotia has been stunning. From majestic views, scenic drives, unique hikes, one-of-a-kind experiences, and of course, the incredible hospitality from Nova Scotians. We mentioned last week that Cape Breton could be the crowning jewel of Nova Scotia, but there's a phenomenon that happens that has been rumored to be the eighth wonder of the world.
If you take all the freshwater rivers in the world and put them together, more water goes in and out of here in a day than all those rivers combined on planet Earth. That's how much water comes in and out of here.
Wow.
So it's amazing.
That was John, and he's talking about the Bay of Fundy, home to the largest tide in the world at 52 feet, which happens here twice a day. But you don't have to just watch the tide from above. With a little help from the Shubie River Wranglers, you can ride the tide.
Usually I have a monologue about how I grew up on this river, but you all know me already. You already know where I live, just down the river that way. Yeah. We're gonna go past the point where you guys are camping tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah. We're gonna get a nice view.
All right.
Ready to go?
Ready.
Oh, yeah. Oh, this looks to be the source. Oh my gosh. Oh, I'm going. I can't. Wait, Mom, where are you?
But if you think you can come here without getting dirty, think again.
Yeah, seriously strong current, isn't it?
Hi! If you ever want to feel like a kid, you got to come here. I just played in the mud, and now I'm getting drifted away by the water. This is an absolute blast.
This is fun, isn't it?
Yes. This is good stuff.
The current's crazy.
The current is crazy. Oh, you made it out alive.
Yeah.
Okay, this is something that you have to experience for yourself. You have to come here and check this out, because I was just walking on top of a dry sandbar, and now I'm up to my knees. The water was coming in this way, and I was watching it. I was walking up behind it. It was really cool. And then the water comes in the other direction. Ripples start to create, and then they go against each other, and it starts to rise, and then I start feeling the current come the other way. It was crazy. Crazy feeling.
Did you see that? We couldn't swim against the tide over there. And just like that, it changed. It switched.
It's amazing.
Look at it. Look at it's the meeting of the mind. Perfect your life.
One of the only rivers in the world that changes direction 4 times a day.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So right now we are actually making progress. It's just the illusion. I guess if I could look on the side.
Oh, we're in the same
We are
spot.
standing still.
We're in the same
We are
spot.
standing still, but the water is moving so fast that it looks like we're moving.
Oh!
No, I don't want to. I don't want to go.
I literally was enjoying my time in the boat.
So they go all the way up to the top, and then they find different rapids, and they go wave hunting. And then when they're waiting for other rapids to form, because the river's changing all the time, then you just kind of float down the river, and the current is so strong. It was previously going this way, now it's going this way, but it's going at such a strong rate. It's fascinating. The whole thing is fascinating. Fun and fascinating.
An eagle's nest can weigh up to a ton and be a meter deep.
Wow.
Yeah. A juvenile eagle, it takes until age 3 to 5 before it starts to get its white head and white tail. So that's a young baby eagle.
And it's a big one, so he's probably close.
Yeah.
He's
Their
probably
wingspan can grow up to 6 feet.
Wow.
Oh, thank you.
Best day ever. Best day ever.
The most rewarding part of KYD is the opportunity to meet and share such amazing people and how they live. This is the Blaauwendraat family. Krista and John invited us to their home and dairy farm that their family has been operating since just after the Second World War. If riding the tide was the best day ever for Caleb, farming is the second.
This is awesome. Like, you should have seen it. It's awesome.
Okay, so Aryan, what I think is happening here is he's bringing the buckets. Dad's filling the buckets. I don't know where Aryan's dropping them off, but all of this is to feed the cows. It's very cool.
We gotta go see the cows again today.
I know, they're so gorgeous.
Yeah. So this was all cut when?
2 days ago.
Okay. And now you let it sit here, and now we're just picking it up, putting it in the back.
Yeah, we had a rain, which we didn't really want. That's what stopped us. So we had to wait for it to dry out again, and then we re-raked it, and now we're picking the last 10 loads up to finish our second set.
And then you're saying that one of these bins can feed the cows for 1 day.
1 day. So I need 365 to get through the year. We make more than that because we like to be a little on the, well, we like to feel safe. So
Sure.
we make about 400.
So you're picking up like 10 today?
Yeah.
And then where are you going to keep this for the next week or two?
Oh, it's stored in a bunker. It's packed with the tractor, compacted, so to get the air out, and then it ferments, and then we feed it through the winter.
And does this field give you the 365?
No, I need about 250 acres of this, and I got to cut it 4 times. So the
4 times a what?
4 times a year. So
Okay.
this is the second time this field's been cut, and today would have been cut earlier, but we had rain, so we had to wait for the rain to stop.
Wow.
And we cut it. So we'll cut this again, and possibly 2 more times. But the crop is very abundant this year, so 3 cuts may do it.
Wow.
It's a good year.
All right, let's go dump this full load. No. Oh, Mom, you guys got this. You guys got this. Come here.
Do this.
Come on, Mom. Come on.
Mom, got it.
Okay. I can't.
So these are the robots,
Oh my gosh.
and they never stop. They run 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. They milk cows. It takes one robot 7 minutes to milk a cow. And here's one coming in. Yeah, it senses with light where the teats are.
That is amazing. So it's different each time, so it knows where to do it every time.
It remembers every cow every day. It has a memory like a robot.
This is like amazing.
So the arm comes in and it cleans the
Cow, and it washes each teat separately, and then when it's done, it returns it, and then it attaches the milkers, and away she goes. Now it goes up. Now it's starting to milk, so that'll all be discarded. So we used to have to get up and milk the cows 3 times a day. Now the robot does it. It increased production, quality of life went way up, because now I get to go to my kids' hockey games and soccer games.
Yeah, so
I get to go camping.
goodbye.
Do we take a right?
Yeah, I got directions right here.
Oh, okay, great.
How's it going?
Great. Look at this.
Mm-hmm.
Fabulous.
Yep.
And there's a food truck over there. It smells really good.
Does it?
Yes, but it should really just say food truck of hard choices. Because just this morning we talked about not eating any more French fries, breaking up with bread, not breaking up the bread, breaking up with it. And I think it's called like the French fry truck.
The French fry and bread beer truck? Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which sounds amazing.
I don't know if you saw my Starlink review video. If not, I'll put that right here. In that video, I talked about how we use Starlink as a backup, and it's the best backup in the world. And the reason I said that is because it's a bit of a pain sometimes to bring out, whereas sometimes if you have like a hotspot, it's just always on your internet's always working, whereas this I've got to actually bring out. But since Ronnie added the smart plug on the side of the RV, and now all I have to do is just walk over there and plug it in, and we leave our router connected to an outlet, and so all I do is just turn on the inverter, or I plug into shore power, and boom, our router fires up, and this is plugged in. We use it all the time. But there's an added benefit of being in Canada that I did not know until we got here, and that is that for some crazy reason, we don't need a VPN to stream Netflix or Amazon. This is essentially a US device. And when we hook up our TV in through Apple TV so that we can watch the Tour de France, which normally would say not permitted to stream in your current location, out of the country, Starlink works just fine. So anyway, even in a situation like this where there's plenty of cell phone coverage, I just take a minute to pull it out of its case, plug it in the side of the RV, turn on the inverter, boom. US internet, high speed. Hey Caleb, can you turn the inverter on? What's that? Can you turn the inverter on? Yeah. What did we have? We got a visitor.
We got a visitor.
We got a visitor.
We got a visitor.
Hilarious.
Charlie has friends.
And he's gone.
And he's gone, just like that.
Charlie, what's that box? Oh, is that for groceries? Mm-hmm. Charlie, was that exciting? You had a friend just come over.
Just for 2 seconds.
Yes, that was so exciting, Charlie. It was so exciting. And now I just want your food. I want your burger. That's good.
Thank you.
It's like the world turned its back on us, and now we can't tell if it's heaven or hell. It's like knowing all the answers. Oh, you're sorry, but you never can tell. All the lovers, we were diving for 2D different colors that we had to put to sleep. All the lovers, hope that we could break the spell. We went down the wishing well.
What are you doing, Charlie boy?
He says, is there anything on the floor for me?
Yes.
Because I know you're cooking. Hey, I'm wearing green because we're going to Anne of Green Gables.
Oh.
I don't know if anybody, I know.
Yes.
I heard that in your voice.
No.
I did. I heard it
I'm
in your
excited.
Voice. No, you're not. Okay. However you feel about it, I'm dragging you there because I don't know if anyone here watched the movies or read the books when they were a kid. I know that with my childhood best friend Kelly out in California, Saturdays were dedicated to watching Anne of Green Gables. Like 6th grade.
Let's get in the truck and I'm going to tell you my honest, real thoughts.
Oh, great.
Ever since I was a young boy, I've dreamed of going to Green Gables. And if I don't get to see it today, then I will be in the depths of despair. How was that?
I see you've been doing your homework.
Huh?
At least you watched the trailer.
Before I fell asleep.
Just the most tragical thing that has ever happened to me.
Listen, this was a big deal to bring you here, so this is going to be your Christmas and birthday gift this year.
Okay, besides all the joking around, there's RV parking, and
yeah, there would be.
And there is a big tour bus there because in Charlottesville, I think that's the town that we're going to next. There are cruise ships that come in, and this is like something people go do on a day trip.
How are you?
Doing well, you?
Great. 1 ticket and 2 hostages, please.
That's the first time I've heard. Oh my gosh, it's a good one, isn't it? Yeah, that's us.
Come on.
Would you like to stand in the middle?
Yes.
And your dress is beautiful.
I wore it for you.
Oh, thank you. That's so kind.
Okay, all right. All right, what'd you learn in there?
Well, Montgomery, the woman who wrote Anne of Green Gables, first of all, it's like in all different languages. Did you see the wall with all the books in all the different languages?
Unbelievable.
You weren't in there. She started writing when she was 15. She's pretty remarkable, and she also talks about keeping a journal. And she says, if you're going to document your life, I'm paraphrasing, you best do it with all honesty, otherwise it's worth nothing, because then people can't learn from it. So I think that that's really neat that they documented her life and shared her ups and downs. And then they have some live music going in there. It's so great.
I'm not going to say it at the moment.
So neat. Okay, so this was not where the movie was shot. This is where she used to come back and visit her aunt and uncle. So, and the top portion is built in the 20s. So this wouldn't have been what her vision came from. It's down below where her vision came. But they actually sent for a boy to work on the farm. And so they were saying that that's kind of the idea, the impetus for the book. Like, oh, well, what happens if they had gotten a girl? And so then the book started evolving from there.
Interesting.
So anyway, if you come, this is just the inspiration and where she would visit, but this is not where they filmed. They filmed in some parts of Toronto and some parts of Ontario.
Well, they said that it's set up after the book, not the movie, too, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So here's what I've gathered, because I didn't read any of the books and I didn't watch the movie, and I've really, although I've heard of Anne of Green Gables.
It's Anne with an E.
But if you're going to call me Anne, would you please be sure to spell it with an E?
That is true. I did get that part.
Okay,
I did get that part.
There's no A at the end.
Okay, so here's what I've gathered from this, because I was kind of wondering, well, what even is this, right? When we're driving here, I'm like, what are we going to? And so here's what I've gathered.
Keep them in the dark.
This is my take, okay? This would be as if, and you can tell the writer, what's her name?
Montgomery is her last name.
Famous. This was a big series, obviously, because she died in the early 1940s, and this is still going on.
Yeah.
So clearly it made a big impact. Like as if, what are the other the books about the woman in the UK who wrote the books? She's another,
Harry Potter.
Harry Potter and things like that. This would be as if someone were to write big series that became world famous and was inspired from a certain place that they lived in a home, and then they opened up that home as a museum to say like, here's all the stuff.
It was
like,
given
so I get it.
It was given to Parks Canada.
It was given to Parks Canada, but like once I kind of connected the dots on that, I'm like, okay, I see now why someone who grew up reading the books and remembered all the scenes would want to see the house where it all kind of...
And see how much different it is, because when you read a book, you have a picture in mind.
Yes.
And then when you come here, you're like, oh wow, it's either surprising or like, dang, I got it spot on.
Yes.
Yeah. So anyway, I get it. If you're a fan of Anne with an E of Green Gables, I can see why this would be a great stop. And it actually wasn't that dreadful not being a fan.
Wow, what a great way to word that.
Look at that. Just
half five.
5 stars.
Half five.
10 out of 10.
Give a half five.
That's what he said.
Was that a little too...
Half five. No, give a half
There you
five. There you go.
How was the little regatta over there?
It was good.
Yeah?
It had quite a showing of people. Turnout.
Whoa, they drizzled chocolate and chocolate chips. Oh my gosh.
Okay, so we've just been to Charlottetown, and we went to Cedar something restaurant. It was very good. Shawarma. We got a shawarma meal. It was good. Dan at the toy store recommended that restaurant, and it was good, right?
Yeah.
And then we walked around the town, and then it just occurred to me like a light bulb. I was struck because we passed this arcade, and then it just went boom.
Boom.
Yes.
You were struck
An
by
insider said my ex-husband started this pinball arcade.
Yeah.
And I'm like, when she said that, I'm like, we have to go there. I love pinball.
Gotta do it.
And so I looked it up. It's Stevens
was just pinball, right?
Pinball-orama. Stevens Pinball-orama.
Oh, that's pinball. I was thinking the other one.
Pinball.
Oh,
Look.
that's so much cooler.
I know.
What's the game where you
There's
roll the
neon
ball like
lights.
this?
But they don't open till Wednesday, noon on Wednesday, which makes sense. Wednesday to probably through the weekend. We leave on Wednesday. I really wanted to do this. Look at that.
You guys are good at pinball too.
Dad, that reminds me, this was my dream since 10 minutes ago.
I guess we'll go back and watch Tour de France.
It's a rest day.
Oh, gosh.
We're back to
We're back.
chili with a side of rain.
Okay. Woo. Wow. You ready, Charlie?
Okay, so what do we do?
You give us money and we'll give you the tour.
Okay, great. Give you a piece of paper.
My obsession of recording flowers can be fulfilled here.
This is the House of Bottles, and it sounds so beautiful in French. So anyway, but yes, so this gentleman started getting this idea when he was 66. He started collecting bottles and taking off all the labels and everything else, and then he started building these little homes, and he did it all the way until he passed away at 70.
Wow.
So these are his creations, and then there's a little garden that we can explore. This one is so cool. It's a church.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and then all of these candles right here are those candles that you get that usually have like Mary or St. Francis or Jesus on them. Those, and so they're all emptied out. All the wax is emptied out.
Oh, that's
and
pretty neat.
They're cemented in here as the pews.
Is this the proverbial don't throw stones at glass house?
Yes. There's one thing that you have to be inspired by the
What's
time you leave, is to start a garden.
Yeah.
It's gorgeous here. I mean, Mackinac Island, there's lots of places that are gorgeous. I don't know, but there's something about the PEI in their gardens. Just in their front lawns. Like everyone has meticulously manicured their space. It's
Yeah.
really, really pretty.
$67 Canadian, so what is that, 50 bucks?
Oh, okay,
That's not
well
bad.
that's not as bad as I thought it was.
No,
It was
that's not bad.
$50 for a car.
So you just kind of assume 2 more axles.
Yes.